How you what? Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Just Chatter.
Okay.
I know last time we didn't really have a camera view, but this is the new setup, and welcome.
It's something, all right.
I'm Jared, and
I'm Ben.
and
I'm me.
Ben. I know you have all the topics this week because
As I do every week.
I'm very unprepared. Hey, I
Okay.
had topics that one time.
That
That
one
one
time. Okay, so I've had a goal for a while now. I finally started knocking off all the Star Wars stuff off my list. I am
Yes.
not caught up on Star Wars. So I finally watched, The Acolyte.
I don't know why.
But I also watched episode, what was it, 8 and 9?
Yes.
And I'm still watching Skeleton Crew because that's still new. But
Sam, which I started watching. I'm on episode 3 now. It's pretty good.
But
so far.
yeah. So the Acolyte.
I've said my thoughts on the Acolyte many a times on this show. I believe last
You want to
week
give us a little brief?
I said,
Yeah.
a little recap. It's terrible in every way you could possibly describe it. I think the writing's awful. They try and change like the lore of Star Wars in it.
See, I don't feel that.
What do you mean?
Okay, explain what you mean by they try to change the lore.
The chosen one aspect, the fact that the reason Anakin was the chosen one, he was supposed to be the only person ever created by just the Force and not, having a father or anything.
See, I see it as Anakin being created by the Force organically, whether they completed dark rituals to force it to happen. I'm not saying it's a good show, but that's how I interpreted it. I interpreted it as it was a bastardization of the Force, of how they forced it to happen, and that's why it was such a taboo for the Jedi.
Okay.
I don't think
I
it was.
still don't agree with the choices of the show.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's how I viewed it.
Okay.
As like they were wrong for doing this, but it is still possible. But it's still a bastardization of, I guess you could say Anakin's story. I see Anakin's story as an organic, like the Force itself made him, and not that somebody made him.
Yeah.
That's how I viewed it.
Yeah.
But it's not a good show.
No.
Old news. Explain to me how this. I'm trying to remember everything that happened here. Oh my gosh, I watched this a little while ago. But May, so she's like,
She was one of the twins, right?
yes,
Yeah.
she was the bad twin.
The bad twin.
So supposedly her with, I won't say minimal training. She had a decent amount of training. Takes on several Jedi Masters. And every time they're like, oh, she's not like that strong. But she kills several Jedi Masters without a weapon. Oh, sorry, not without a weapon. Without a lightsaber.
Yeah, didn't she have to do it without a lightsaber or something? That was like part of her challenge. Or
Yeah,
something.
but I'm like, how are they not sending like a lot more people? Why is what's her face? I can't remember her name. Keeping it a secret from the rest of the Jedi Council.
I don't even remember.
She's literally murdering Jedi. They keep calling. They still think she's like a weak child. Like, no,
Yeah.
like she's an actual threat at this point. Like it didn't make sense.
No.
And that was the theme throughout this show. Terrible acting. May is incredibly bipolar.
Yes.
On one hand, she's like, I love you, sister. I'm going to kill you, sister. I'm like, what the heck was that? Like, out of the blue, she's like, I'm going to murder everyone. And I'm like, yo, she's got issues.
There was one little bit of the show that I kind of liked.
Okay.
It was the episode that took place in the woods when
Those few episodes.
the Sith like just kills like 3 of the Jedi. Or 4 of them. I can't remember how many, but like including.
But even that didn't make sense.
No, it didn't make sense, but it was cool as hell to see, like, they killed a youngling, like, right there, and
A youngling.
yeah, the little youngling, the little Padawan Jedi.
She's a Padawan, not a
little
youngling.
Padawan, you know. And I kind of liked his mask a little bit too.
They introduced a new metal
Yeah.
that was like, oh yeah, it's resistant to lightsabers. I'm like, that's cool and all, but we've seen this metal literally nowhere else.
Yeah. Like, why didn't Darth Vader have that as his suit?
Is it just like because this is supposed to be set like way before anything in Star Wars? Is it just like another name for whatchamacallit?
Beskar?
Beskar?
Maybe.
But it doesn't just like, reflect. It like cuts off.
Yeah, it like stops the lightsaber, like retracts it into its hilt.
Yeah, like gives it feedback and like will shut off for like a minute or something.
Yeah.
It's weird. He headbutts lightsabers.
And then I forget if we ever talked about this, but spoilers for the Acolyte. Don't watch it. It's terrible. But do you remember when we were talking about it and it was first coming out, and I said, like, I just know for a fact they have said so many times that nobody's going to cameo in this show, but Yoda would be alive and would be around back then.
Yeah.
I guarantee they're going to just shoehorn
To be
him
fair,
in.
he was not there that long.
No, but I knew he was going to show up in some way.
Yeah.
And they brought him in. And then Plagueis, too. Darth Plagueis.
That was the funniest thing, because they're like, oh, this, and then he meant nothing.
Yeah.
He literally meant nothing
just
to
poked his
anything.
head around the corner, and that was it.
I don't understand how OSHA, the government agency, sorry, OSHA was just...
I just got that.
What a name. But no, she was just like, you're a Sith Lord, I hate you. And then within the next day, oh, maybe you have, like, good...
Maybe I can change him.
Yeah, maybe he's, like, not that bad. He's got some good points. I'm like, murder him.
Yeah. And that
Kill
weird
him.
scene when she walks up on him and he's, like, bathing in the...
I was like, where is this going?
Yeah. Like, weird sexual tension.
He
Like,
is a Sith. Why is he be like, I'm going to let her live? I'm like, she's not even the one you're trying to train.
yeah.
Why
yeah.
do you care whether she kill her?
Yeah.
Well, it's just
That was definitely my most hated show of last year. Like, that...
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It was bad,
It was
dude.
bad.
It was really
The funny
bad.
thing was, the story was bad. Everything else was fantastic. The sets, like the world building, all that stuff was amazing.
Yeah.
But the story itself was just like, what the heck are they doing?
Yeah.
Just bad.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Also, just random thought. We should move the microphones this side and that side.
I said that, and you're like, no, let's leave them like this.
We should, because that way we could be looking at each other, and then the microphone could be here. But like right now, it's just like I'm looking at you between the microphones.
I suggested that.
Fine for this episode.
I asked him. He was like, I want it like this. I was like, okay.
Fine for this episode, but next time I have that, I think we should do that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Problem is, we're like sitting next to each other, not facing each other.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it's a lot more to talk about the Acolyte, but it's old news. Terrible acting, terrible everything. Why didn't the little like furry sniffer guy stop? Like, why did he stop
Weird
Soul?
addition. Yeah. And you know what's funny though, Ben? We're gonna upload this. So we're gonna upload it into like a little short or something, and it's gonna be just us hating on the Acolyte. And for some reason, the people that are gonna see it are the people who like the Acolyte, because all of our TikToks and stuff, it's always the exact opposite. We hit the opposite audience.
Who likes it though?
But we're gonna get it. I guarantee we're gonna get it. I guarantee someone's
it's
gonna be
like-
like, "It was actually a good show. The acting is very misunderstood. It was
The
supposed to
acting
be
is
that way."
misunderstood.
I'm just making up stuff. I don't know. That just
I
sounds
know,
like
I
something
know,
I could hear.
but it's just like, oh,
Like, I mean, we
God.
posted our Better Man video, which is
Mhm,
something I kind of
mhm.
wanted to talk about. That movie was incredible. I have no, preconceived ideas of Robbie Williams or anything. I didn't ever listen to his music or anything. And I just went into it as a movie. And the movie was incredible.
Better Man. Oh my gosh, it was weird. A few people that like I've interacted with were like, it was stupid, and I'm like, did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, no,
It
literally.
was genuinely a great movie. I don't know how it's not on like the Oscar like.
Oh, the Best Picture nominees?
Yeah.
I know, it should be. It should be. That was
It's-
incredible.
It's good. Like I cried several times.
Yeah.
I'm not even like a big music guy,
Yeah.
and I was like, yo, it hit.
It did.
It hit really hard.
It did.
It was an amazing movie.
But yet, I want to say about like 50% of the comments we got were just like, no. Terrible. Terrible film.
we did have a few people that were like, yeah, no, it was pretty awesome. What are you
Yeah.
guys talking about?
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I
It was.
loved it.
I seriously one of my favorites. I know it came out, we saw it this year, but since it came out last year, it would be up there in my like top 10 for sure.
Yes, same here. I rated it 10 out of 10.
I did too.
It's up there. It's really. I would show it to other people. I don't even care about the music aspect of it. It was just really good.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's a gimmick, yes, but when they used a monkey, I said it before in our quick review, but it's like they're able to express themselves and just go a bit more abstract with it, and it was just like, wow,
yeah.
because they could really hit home on like some of these more abstract thoughts.
Yeah. And the fact that he didn't hold anything back, you know, he showed all the mistakes he made and stuff. It
Mhm,
wasn't like he was
mhm.
trying to glorify himself and say like, you know, like, oh, I was perfect the whole way through. Like he showed like, yeah, I screwed up. I've hurt people. I've been a jerk and I was a drug addict.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is what happened, you know?
You know what's funny? They actually cut a lot of that movie out.
Really?
Well, I don't know if they cut a lot of the movie out, but there was a lot that like he wanted to have in the movie, but they just couldn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's like going to be like a director's cut,
Yeah.
or if the stuff just wasn't actually put in the film. But there's a lot that wasn't included that he wanted to include.
wow.
I'd be interested to see like if they like put that out.
yeah.
I'd watch it again. Like
I would watch the movie again for sure.
it was a great movie.
It was.
It's something that I would want to show to people because it's that quality.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So it's funny. We kind of touch into this. We'll come back to Star Wars. Well, we talked about the Oscar nominees, right?
Yes, they announced the Best Picture nominations.
There was one movie on there. What was it? The really not great one.
Amelia Perez.
Yeah. So I knew nothing about this movie.
Yeah.
I looked it up and I'm like, it got like a 33 audience score or something stupid.
It's less than that. It's 20, I think.
It
Something
went
now.
down.
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna check.
I
But,
don't.
Yeah, it's
It's not like it was up for like a weird obscure award or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was literally up for Best Picture.
and it's nominated for 13 different awards, which
It doesn't
is like
make
that's as
sense.
much as like Oppenheimer was nominated for and stuff like that.
And to be fair, I've never seen it. Jared hasn't seen it.
Haven't watched it yet. We will watch it before and we'll review it.
I don't know how people see that score. No, not just from like it's from several places. IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and it's-
24%.
and it's just not good.
No.
I don't understand.
I don't get it either. But we're gonna do a separate video for the 3, right? That we're gonna review, or you just want to talk about them now?
I don't care. This is what you want to do.
Okay. Well, we'll just name this podcast like the first 3.
We talk
or
about it
something.
real quick.
Yeah. So the 3 that we've watched that have been nominated. First one I want to talk about is The Substance.
Oh my god, The Substance.
I love that movie. I have seen so much stuff on like Instagram of different like edits and stuff of that movie.
Yeah.
And there has been just some parts that have really stuck with me. And not the parts you think. But the opening scene when it's on the Hollywood Star and it like shows them putting it in, it's all nice and like new and
Mhm.
sparkly and then like people are getting excited and like taking photos with it at first and stuff, and then like people just start like walking over it. It snows and it gets a crack in it, and then someone drops a bunch of cheese fries on it with a bunch of ketchup, and
Yeah.
they're just like, whatever, like let's scrub it off.
Mm.
And like that's just how the movie starts, and it immediately hooked me. And then that scene with the egg too in the beginning when they just like have
When they
the,
showed how like the substance worked.
yes, yeah, and it's just. I freaking love that movie, dude. I know you weren't too crazy about it, but I think
Here's
it was
the thing.
incredible.
that sort of movie is not to my taste. I'm like especially with like the sexual stuff, it's not to my taste.
Mm-hmm.
But like I can appreciate the theme behind it and what they're trying to say. How this person is going through this much.
Yeah.
How this ridiculous event is happening to this person. These persons.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
Not to my taste, but I get it.
Yeah. And I love the part too when Demi Moore's character, I know her name was like Sparkle or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But Demi Moore's character, she like meets that older guy who like used to go to school with her, and he's just like the nicest guy. And then she like gets ready for the date with him and stuff, but then she just like can't bring herself to do it.
Like he appreciated her for her.
Yeah, yeah. And all at first it was like she just abused the substance at one time. All she had was like a messed up finger. You know?
Yeah, she could have gotten away with that.
Yeah, yeah. And then it was like just it kept happening more and more and more. And then she turned into like, I guess, spoilers for the substance. Fantastic movie. If you just skip over this if you haven't seen it, at least that's my viewpoint. But then she turns into like the weird blob creature at the end.
Yeah.
And she like comes on stage with just the like mask on, the like little cardboard cutout of her. And everybody at first, it was supposed to be very like, you know, unrealistic. And everybody at first still thinks it's her.
It's very like artistic. Like it's obviously not meant to be realistic.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like, everybody's like, oh, what? Why does she look like that? Like, what's going on? And then the mask falls off and they see that she's the weird blob creature with like 3 different faces and stuff. And just freaking hilarious.
And like at the end, she like crawls with just her face to the star.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She just...
It was a good movie. I really liked that movie.
Again, not to my taste, but I can appreciate the themes of it.
Yeah. And I don't think this one's going to win Best Picture because horror rarely ever does. But I appreciate that it was at least nominated. Like, I feel like it should have been. It was very unique in certain ways.
Yeah. I like how we weren't going to talk about these movies and now we're just talking about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll just throw them in here. We'll throw our reviews in here.
So what was Wicked? We've talked about Wicked several times.
We've talked about Wicked a lot.
So I'm just going to talk really quickly. Fantastic. Amazing. Can't wait to part 2. Beautiful. It was great.
Very excited for part 2. Really love that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were both nominated. Ariana Grande for Best Supporting Actress, Cynthia Erivo for Best Actress.
Mm-hmm.
I think they both really deserve it. And the movie was just incredible. I loved it. I've seen it 3 times in theaters, and every time it's been great.
This man was caught up in the magic of Wicked.
I was. The music is fantastic. I have some of the songs downloaded on my phone. It's a good movie. And I think there's a small chance that it could win Best Picture. Not... You okay?
I'm dying.
You need some water?
I don't know. I'm dying.
I think you need some water.
I'm good. Okay, good.
I think there's a small chance that it could win Best Picture, but I really think with movies that are like so like such Oscar bait, like The Brutalist,
yeah,
and what was the other one? I forget, but I feel like The Brutalist is probably going to win. We haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to say 100%.
Honestly, I was kind of sad that my pick didn't make it on there.
Yeah, September 5th.
Yeah, I love that movie. Had me gripped the whole time.
Yeah,
I've talked about it before, but that was my pick.
Yeah.
To be fair, I haven't seen all the other picks, so.
Yeah, I am intrigued in seeing the other ones. You have to go see A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, I do.
But other than that, then we'll just have 6.
I so don't care.
I'm curious of your thoughts, though. I want to know what you think. I think Timothée Chalamet should win Best Actor for that. Because he dedicated himself to that role. You'll watch the movie and you'll be like...
the monkey doesn't win.
You'll watch the movie and you'll be like, okay, I get it why I think that.
Fair enough.
But...
We had, speaking of Timothée Chalamet, Dune.
Dune Part 2, that's the other one.
Dune Part 2.
Fantastic.
A sequel. Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's great. It really is. I like that one so much better than the first one. First one's good, but this one just like I think was just more entertaining in so many ways.
For Dune, I don't care about Dune. It's for the same reason I don't care about Star Wars. We'll get into it in a little bit here, but I can't connect. I just don't have that appreciation for that series at all.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I
don't.
mean, neither do I. You know, I didn't grow up with Dune or anything.
But you just said
know?
it was a good movie.
It was a good movie. If you don't think it was a good movie, I think you're a little crazy.
I didn't say it was a bad movie.
Exactly.
But I'm just like,
It's a good movie. You can appreciate why it was nominated.
yeah.
The visuals are spectacular. The sound design is incredible. The choreography for the fighting and everything was just very
Okay.
well done.
Fair enough.
Like you can
Fair enough.
appreciate this is a huge spectacle of a film, kind of like how Lord of the Rings was, and every one of those movies was nominated. It's like more of an event than just like a movie,
That's fair.
you know.
That's fair.
So, like I said, I don't have this connection with Dune, but I do appreciate that it's a good film, and I think the second one is a lot more entertaining than the first one.
Yeah. So, that was all the Oscar movies we've seen so far.
Yes.
The nominees.
I've seen The Complete Unknown, but we'll go into that once you see it.
We talked about how I'm not interested in Dune for various reasons. I'm not interested in Star Wars.
Can we just say one more thing about the Oscars? real quick?
Go for it.
So because there's only 6 movies left besides the one that Ben hasn't seen, so Ben has 7. There is a marathon event on February 22nd,
yes.
which I'm trying to get off work for. And if I can, that will knock out 5 of the movies.
Yo, Chad, you see this? Let him off work.
5 of the movies, and then we'll just need to see The Brutalist after that.
Yes.
And that's it. So if we can do that, that would be amazing. I'd be very happy. Or no, that'll knock out 4 of the movies. Then we'll have to watch Amelia Perez on Netflix,
Yeah.
which I'm really glad we don't have to go to the theater for that.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch and review all those separately once we see them.
Can I loop back to Star Wars?
Absolutely.
Okay. I know we kind of left it because we kind of went off on a tangent, but we had a reason for that tangent. Star Wars. So episode 8 and 9, I watched them. I discovered why I don't care for Star Wars.
Oh, you have a reason now.
Yes. Like, 4 hours, just like, I don't care. I don't really know why. The reason I don't like Star Wars is I cannot relate to it in any way. There's no point of reference for me as a person living in the real world. Now, I'll give you an example of movies in Star Wars or media in Star Wars I do like. Skeleton Crew. That's based on, like, the 80s, like, children, like, people, like, stuff I understand.
Mm-hmm.
When it's, like, a universe out there, completely different, completely foreign, I'm just so disconnected that I'm, like, I have no point of reference to hook me and carry me in.
Okay.
Not that I can't enjoy a fun movie, but I'm just like, it doesn't grip me.
I think Luke is supposed to be the point of reference because you come in with him, you watch A New Hope.
I like those movies though.
Okay, yeah. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything about the Force or the Jedi or anything like that. All he knows is that there's an evil empire and he wants to go fight it one day.
See, if they would have made Finn the main character and not Rey,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would have gripped it better. Because he seems to, or even if they made Rey just more, Rey as a character is just so
Bland.
quick. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Quick to accept stuff.
Yeah. She's not an interesting character. And I liked her the most in Force Awakens.
Okay.
Whenever she was just like learning everything and coming into it. And
See,
then
that's where I hated her the most.
really,
She was like, I could do all these things. I don't know what it is. When it takes Jedi Masters literally years to learn those things.
that's true.
She
That's
didn't even
true.
know what they were. And she's
That's
doing
true.
it. I'm like, are you serious?
But I want to talk about episodes 8 and 9
Go for it.
because those are the ones that you just watched. So
Yes.
I've said my thoughts on 7. I love 7. I think Force Awakens is great.
8 was interesting to me because it was like a time. There was a time frame. Like everything was like, okay, stuff is happening. We have a time frame. We have to get stuff done.
Yeah.
I don't think it was kind of nice.
Yeah. And it's honestly so okay, here's my hot take.
Okay.
Which you won't care about because you're not a Star Wars fan, really. But there are Star Wars fans who would get very pissed at this. Is I really like The Last Jedi. a lot. I think it's a good movie. And my thing is, my defense is, I didn't like it at all. The first like 2 or 3 times I saw it, I didn't. I was like, this is terrible. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I expected. They're treating this like garbage. I hate it. And then I watched it like again and again because it kept like marathoning Star Wars with different friends and different groups. And eventually it got to the point of where I was like, no, I actually really like this movie. I don't care that they changed these things. Like, I love the fact that it was like, okay, Rey is just a nobody. You know, she doesn't have to have a family lineage or anything. Like, she can just be strong with the Force and not be, you know, a Kenobi or a Skywalker or anything.
See, that's how I felt. Then they went back on it.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to 9.
Yeah, I know.
But 8, there are things I absolutely love about it. It's definitely not my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But I like a lot about it. The things I don't like is the weird side plot of animal abuse in Canto Bight.
That was weird, but I could deal with it. It felt like they were going to do that. They didn't really solve it. They're just going to recapture those animals, and it's just like...
Yeah.
But it feels like a solid middle of a trilogy movie, which it is.
Yeah. But I love the aspect of, like, the Rebel Alliance, or not the Rebels, the Resistance is being chased the entire time. Like, it's just a slow chase, and like eventually the Empire or the First Order, God, is gonna catch them.
The freaking Hodo maneuver.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't they just send... They could just mass produce, like, these drives, even if it's 1 in a million. The scale that they're operating, they could just send like a bunch of tiny little, basically ships that are just like what's it called?
Lightspeed.
Yeah. With Lightspeed drives, just like make it like Lightspeed drive missiles.
Yeah.
1 in a million will knock out the entire fleet. Surely that's worth the investment. Yeah, a bit of a plot hole there.
I do love that scene though when she does activate it. And it's just like completely quiet for a minute, and then you see the ship go through the other ships. Incredible.
I don't know. It just raises other questions. It's like, I don't know. It's weird.
You gotta suspend your disbelief, Ben.
I
look at things too logically sometimes.
I know, but when they...
It's Star Wars.
But when they literally present it to you, you have to analyze what they present to you. When they present to you things that don't make sense...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are so many people who dislike the treatment of Luke's character, but I think it's fine. I really do. I love him being the like presenting, like Force projecting himself at the end. Incredible. Yeah. And then you can kind of see something's going on with the movement of the salt in the sand. Like, you'll notice when he moves his foot, the salt doesn't move, and then Kylo Ren moves his and the salt moves.
Yeah. See, I feel like that should have been in episode 9.
Okay.
Him dying, that whole
bit. I agree with that, yeah.
But I did like it how it was like, he even said, oh, moving rocks is just like, it's nothing. It's just a little
that's
party trick, essentially. Yeah. And she does it, and it's like a whole big thing. And he's like, yo, that's what a real freaking Jedi is. I'm going to, like, you know, make myself appear halfway across the galaxy and, like, you know, actually interact with physical objects.
Yeah.
From a Force projection. You moving rocks is child's play.
And him getting to see Leia again too. I love that. Yeah. But no, I really like The Last Jedi. It's grown on me so much since it came out.
I like how they're like, oh yeah, Leia is just a Jedi.
Okay. If we're going to talk about Leia acting like Mary Poppins and flying through space.
I don't care about that.
I hated that.
That part, I'm like, okay, whatever.
I hated that.
They could have made it so she wasn't so far out and is a lot less egregious. The part that got me when it was like, this is Leia's lightsaber, and she's literally like, I'm like, what the
That's Rise of Skywalker, though.
That is. I watch these movies back to back, okay?
Yeah. And they killed Admiral Akbar off screen. They killed him. It's a trap. You know?
Yeah.
And then Yoda showing up and it being puppet Yoda getting to talk to Luke. I like that too.
I like how, again, which movie was it?
Page turners? They were not.
Did he yeah, because he burned it down. Sorry. Yoda burned it down in this episode, which meant nothing because Rey took the books anyways.
Yes. Yeah.
So it meant nothing.
Yeah.
It's like this whole scene literally meant nothing.
The sacred Jedi text.
And it's supposed to be like Luke, like forgoing, like he already did that.
What?
Forgoing the way of the Jedi.
Yeah.
He already did that.
When?
Why do we? When he cut himself off from the Force.
Oh, yeah.
He like already was like, Jedi don't know what they're talking about. He already did. Why did he have that whole scene of him burning something down, just for it to not actually be there? Those books to not actually be there.
Well, because he thought it meant something. You know, he thought they were there.
But he's just going back to how he was. Like, sorry, it doesn't. It's stupid.
He's not going back to how it was. What are you talking about?
Okay, but he was
she
like,
took the books.
Yeah, but he was
without
like,
his knowledge.
I'm going to burn it down, get rid of all the Jedi knowledge. He didn't care about the Jedi knowledge to begin with.
But he still felt it meant something. When you have a connection to something, and even though you stop doing something, there's still that bit of time. Like, let's say, okay, you were in a relationship with someone. Okay,
You're giving
no,
giving
listen
me
to me.
character development for a character that's literally going to die in the next scene.
I'm giving it to you. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone and you break up with them. Doesn't mean you're gonna like delete all the pictures right away. You know, sometimes those pictures, those memories.
Some people are different.
Some people are different. Luke apparently is not. He's the type to keep the pictures, you know, for at least the time being.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and it's like, because it still means something to him. And then he's like, finally, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take him out. And then even when Yoda does it, he probably wasn't going to go through with it. Yoda was the one who did it, you know?
I guess it was closure for Luke, but it just felt weird. It's like, yeah, I'm going to finally, you know, forget the Jedi Order. And it's like, but you kind of already did. You know, in a weird way.
Even though he cut himself off from the Force, I think he still had that connection, you know?
He literally tossed his lightsaber away. I was like, I'm not training you.
He did toss his lightsaber away. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to Episode 9.
Okay, the worst one.
The worst.
The worst one. It's the worst Star Wars movie. It is.
So Palpatine shows up.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Oh my gosh, that literally was a lie. Okay, I get it because it's like what's his face? Din Djarin, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's like, he wouldn't know. But this is a movie talking to the audience, and the audience wants to know.
Did you say Din Djarin? That's the Mandalorian.
No, that is Mandalorian.
Poe Dameron.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know Star Wars.
Poe Dameron.
Poe Dameron.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Somehow Palpatine. Yep.
I could just say that all day long.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
they fly now.
They fly now. They introduce the whole plot of this movie in the title crawl. Like, the dead speak. Palpatine, like, this noise has been heard of Palpatine coming back and stuff. They introduce all of that in the title crawl. And it's like, are you serious? You know they just threw this together because of all the hate from Last Jedi. Because there was no build up to Palpatine returning. There was nothing.
Yeah. And I like how the whole reason Vader even existed was because he's trying to find Force healing. Everybody's just Force healing.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a special thing. No, apparently not. Rey can just do it without even learning.
Yeah.
Oh my god. At least in this one, Rey's had some training.
Yeah, some from dead Princess Leia.
And Luke.
Yeah, dead Princess Leia kept giving her training. And they use those. It's so weird, like, them using they're using Force Awakens deleted scenes. That's how they're, like, recreating her, because she was dead before they even started filming this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can tell the scenes just feel off. And she's in it so much. She's in it, like, way more than people thought she was going to be. You know?
Yeah.
There's just so much I don't like about that movie. Like, the whole Palpatine thing, the Force healing that they do with each other when, like, Rey gives her life force to Kylo Ren, and then Kylo Ren gives his life force to Rey, and...
Oh, the whole freaking Romeo-Juliet thing, I was like, bleh.
No, it just...
You watched him kill countless people. Don't be like, well, he's got feelings. He still killed countless people.
He did. I just still remember going to see this at the Star Wars Marathon, which was the premiere night, you know, and like we got to see it like a few hours before everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember like everybody clapping for like parts towards the end. And now it's like I think back and I'm like, why did I clap for that? I don't know why I clapped for that. Like I shouldn't have done it. I should have stood up in protest and left.
This sucks.
But yeah, even though I have like nostalgia for Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, I still think those movies might be better than The Rise of Skywalker. Like, it's just bad, dude.
I just hate the fact that I am genuinely interested in the Jedi Order. We come into it not even existing anymore. I hate that.
Yeah.
Like, it was like Luke was supposed to be rebuilding it, and he's just like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's like, what they need to do is move past this. And I've talked to you about this, where that stuff's done. Skywalker, done.
Yeah.
I know the old canon, I don't know if it's still a thing, but old canon, Palpatine was amassing power to fight an extra galactic threat that was supposedly going to impose. That's the whole reason he was amassing power. If they realize that and be like, okay, this is a whole new saga about this extra galactic threat, that would be interesting. You don't have to include any Skywalkers.
Yeah.
You can leave all new characters, all new everything. Hey, you don't even need Jedi for that. Like, that would be actually interesting.
Yeah.
That's where I think they need to go. Like, clean sweep, get rid of all this like nonsense.
I want Jedi though. I want the Jedi.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, they'd be there.
Yeah.
But like, I'm done with Skywalker. Rey is not she's not a Skywalker.
No, she's not a Skywalker.
I don't. That
also
whole
hate
thing
that
was
too.
just like, I'm Rey Skywalker.
I think I clapped for that too. God.
Why the frick? No, you're not.
You're not. You're not, honey. Go to bed.
Frick.
And then she buried Anakin Skywalker.
Even Luke was like, I guess I'm a Skywalker. You know who his dad was? Like come on.
And then she buried Anakin's lightsaber in the sand. You know he would have hated that. He would have been like, come on, man.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. All right, so
Oh my God.
that's
Okay,
my thoughts.
Star Wars done. Star Wars rant out of the way.
You finished Andor though.
I did finish Andor. Oh my God.
What'd you think?
Andor. The first half, I was like, this is so boring.
Yeah.
Second half, I was like, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
But again, it was grounded.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a Star Wars show that actually was grounded in stuff that I could comprehend and understand.
It was fantastic. The
So,
whole
I enjoyed
prison breakout
That
bit
part
and
was
stuff.
dope.
Love that. Love
That
Andy
was really
Serkis
cool.
being there, and
Yeah.
he just so great, dude. I'm so pumped for season 2.
Mhm, yes.
And that's only a few months away.
Wait, how far away?
April.
April. Ooh.
Yeah, and then Daredevil next month. Did you?
That's next month?
Or sorry, March.
Oh, okay.
Still almost.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
You said, did I what?
The trailer for Daredevil. You watched the one?
There's
Came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I seen it.
So good. I'm
Yes,
so excited.
yes,
I'm
yes,
so
yes,
excited
yes,
to see
yes.
Punisher again. I am very pumped.
So, I have a weird one in here. If we're moving on,
Okay.
Indiana Jones.
Oh,
We talked about it in the last podcast, so we had a guess. We didn't talk about it much.
in the Great Circle.
We
Is that what we're
both,
talking
yes.
about? Oh, God.
Figure we could, if you wanted to, we could talk about it in more detail.
Yes,
That needs to be just a movie.
dude. Yes, but also the game, fantastic.
Yo,
The story,
it was
so
good.
And it was so much fun. Like I loved playing in the Vatican area and like having to sneak and
Yo.
like be disguised as a priest and stuff, and then getting to like explore the
Okay,
catacombs.
this
and-
game has been out since December, so spoilers. It's nearly February.
yeah,
When the freaking Ark showed up, I'm like, wait, what?
no, the Noah's Ark. Noah's
Yeah,
Ark.
yeah. I was like, oh, wait, what?
yeah, dude, that was wild. And then like the storm starting to happen and stuff, and then you're having to fight. Dude, I was on that boss battle for a little bit.
Which one?
The like last battle where you're fighting the guy on the Ark, and it's like pouring down rain.
You must have sucked.
No, I just had low health when I went into it. There was like no way to heal. So-
you must have sucked.
No. But oh my god, I loved exploring all the different locations. Like, there was a little bit of everything in there.
I loved what's her face. She was a great like
was Irina?
sidekick.
Is that her name? No, that's Dungeons and Dragons. Hold on.
just loving Dungeons and Dragons. It was not Amelia. It was something like that. He's doing a quick little Google. I loved her though. She was fantastic. She was adorable, like peppy. I'm like
Gina.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I loved her.
Yeah.
She was great.
She was.
I'm like, yo, she could be the main love interest. She's not, but
I love. Oh my god! Did you do the one mission? I was kind of a side mission, but where you
depends how far in.
Huh?
Halfway in, I was like, it's just the game.
Oh, so you just didn't do the side missions?
Yeah, but halfway in, I was
there was one side mission where you go and like explore something, and then you're back in Barnett College because you're like under, some kind of trance.
I don't think I did.
Oh my god, it was so good, dude. And you keep going through Barnett College, and it's like starting to slowly fall apart and everything.
Oh,
it's incredible.
I want to go back and do that. That sounds
such
dope.
a cool side mission. And then he starts seeing things like he regrets, and like you see
my
Brody,
God.
and you hear Marion again, and it was so good.
Yo, I gotta do that.
Yeah,
that sounds dope.
It was a really good side mission.
Oh my god, that sounds cool.
I did all the main side mission, like little side quests
fair
that
enough.
had cutscenes and stuff, because
Yeah,
I wanted to get all the story.
Well, I know you were ahead of me, so I was just trying to like get it finished so we can talk about it.
Yeah, but dude, so good. I really hope they make another one. I want to see more.
They have to. They saw the success of this.
Yeah,
like they have to. It was great.
And there's going to be a DLC.
What is
for
the
this
DLC?
one? It's like the Order of the Giants or something.
The Giants.
Yeah, hold on. I'll get that information too. We're
Okay.
we're googling things this episode.
Yeah, it's like that game. Honestly,
The Order of the Giants is what it's called.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm very excited for that because I want to play more. You know, this is a good game. The combat is so satisfying.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like just being able to grab anything and just like beat somebody over the head with it.
Did you play stealthy or were you guns blazing?
A little bit of both.
I was mostly stealthy.
Really?
Guns towards like some of the bits where it's just impossible.
You know, I did do a lot more stealth now that I think about it. Like especially when you're towards
You gun down fast if you're not stealthy.
Yeah, but like when you're towards the end and there's like all those bases and stuff, and there's just like countless Nazis.
The part where
everywhere.
you find Gina's sister
in
the boat.
Not the boat. Was it the boat? Oh yeah, that was the boat. Yeah.
That was the part where I was like, it's kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
We see this boat in the freaking like mountain. You're like, how the frick did this get
And then
here?
you teleport to Tokyo.
Yeah. and you somehow magically managed to launch a plane off a building. Like that's
awesome.
ever possible.
That was pretty awesome. I loved it, dude. That game, it was everything I wanted it to be and more.
It was great.
Yeah, because everybody's loving it too, which means like, you know, there's a real possibility we'll get a sequel for it. So I'm excited.
Even if it's not a sequel, just another game like that.
No, a sequel. I want
a direct sequel?
Well, or a prequel. You know, whatever. Just another Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Another adventure, you know, it'd be dope.
Yeah.
All right, so tell my notes are a bit old.
What would you rate it? I'm just curious.
That game, I'd rate that a 10, man.
I would rate it a 10.
For mechanically, maybe not, but story wise, yes.
So good.
Great,
So good.
fantastic.
Okay, I just had to know.
So this is a bit weird. I have it in here because I thought it was funny to mention. There was a TikTok ban for like 8 hours. And that was
my god, we're talking about that for a second. Yeah, dude, I was so
Second.
scared because I was like, that's where we get our most views.
Oh my god. Yeah. Our like 200 views. There's nothing. You look so offended.
I am offended.
Oh my god.
I'm big time offended. Just for reference, Benjamin, our Better Man video has 1,449
That's not
views.
a lot of views.
That's up more than 200, buddy boy.
Putting that into perspective, that's not a lot of
That has more than 200.
That's not a lot of views.
You said 200. I'll take 1,400 views.
All right, so we actually just watched an episode just now. Peacemaker.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I want to say more things about the TikTok ban.
Really? What's
Yeah.
it say?
The fact that everyone was freaking out for like literally a ban
We
that
knew it
lasted
wouldn't
like
stay.
15 hours.
We knew it wouldn't stay.
I mean, I thought it would stay for like a week at least.
it didn't even
something
stay,
like that.
it didn't even stay at night.
Did you see that like phones with TikTok down? Because you still can't download TikTok.
Really?
Yeah. So phones with TikTok downloaded on it are being sold on eBay for like $20,000. and people are buying it.
My phone's not that old. Maybe it looks on my
maybe
phone.
there you go. There you
Oh my
go.
god. Who is that thirsty for TikTok? What the heck?
People are crazy for TikTok, dude.
That's stupid.
You know, I will admit I've grown to like TikTok a little more over the past
I
few
don't
months.
still don't care about TikTok.
You know, I do like scrolling on it occasionally. There was like a TikTok band song that just came out that a lot of people thought was Bo Burnham, but it's not Bo Burnham. But it's fantastic. It's just about the government, there's so much going on in the world, like so much corruption and like terrible things going on in the government. Just like, what's the most important thing to do right now? I know. Let's ban TikTok. And yeah, but I think it's hilarious that everybody's freaking out. And then we actually use, I think, Instagram Reels more. Like, we send Reels to each other all the time.
Yeah.
So we were just like, whatever.
It's more linked to, I don't know. I got the algorithm trained on that better.
Yeah.
I don't really touch TikTok.
Yeah. I do like posting on that, though. I feel like that's where we get at least, okay, even though the views, maybe not, but I feel like we get our most interactions on TikTok. That's where we get to talk to people the most. And that's what I like to do.
Fair enough.
But yeah. Okay, so what were you going to say next?
I still want Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
We're not finished it yet. First season.
We're a little over halfway.
But it's so good. That
It's
intro.
fantastic.
That intro. It's so stupid but so amazing at the same time.
It's great. And I knew the show was rated well, but I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is.
It
and so
is great.
out there. It's out there, dude.
It is. I was telling you today, I was like, this feels like I'm watching a commentary of this show, but the commentary's in this show.
Yeah.
Because they will like talk about the events happening like somebody that's outside watching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he'll be like, "Why did you do that?" Be like, I don't know. It's just like it's like they don't like the suspension of disbelief. It's just like they call it out.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
like, they call out the stupid things.
They do.
It's pretty awesome. I love it.
I'm
It's
very
hilarious.
excited to see where it goes, and I'm excited to see season 2
Yeah.
as well whenever that shows up. So especially since that's going to be fully in the DCU, even though this is sort of canon, I'm excited to see one. That's
Everything
just like,
up to the last episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
This is this is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show.
All right, what you got?
That's all I got as far as the main notes. I just had a quick shower thought thing.
A shower thought thing? Is
Yeah,
that what we're gonna
It's
end on?
supposed to be a news. That's all I got left.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like a new segment about shower thoughts. We need a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing with Hulk?
I don't know, man.
What are they doing with Hulk? They need to fix Hulk. Hulk has
I
been
agree.
so busted for so long.
I feel like the last time he was really good was Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh yeah, he just doesn't exist anymore. Now it's just
Professor
Bruce.
Hulk, yeah.
It's just literally Bruce.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of how they're treating Hulk now.
Yeah. It was just,
I want a Ghost Rider movie. That would be awesome.
That would be peak.
Yeah. I want a Ghost Rider movie
Another
and
Nick Cage.
and I want an actual Blade movie. I know they've been talking about it forever.
I thought they
but
canceled it.
They did, but I want one. I want to like at least see Blade, at least him like be in Secret Wars or something, because I loved seeing him again in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh my god, yeah.
But I want like a full official Blade in the MCU. You know?
yeah.
I think that'd be great.
There is one thing I want to do. I don't have it set up yet, but I want to eventually do like I guess spin the wheel or roll the dice kind of thing of video games that are based directly off movies,
Yes, I would love to do that.
and just like roll a dice, and whichever number it lands on, that's the movie we're playing a game based off of.
Well, I would love to like do one a month that's like based off a big movie that month. So like next month we could play the Captain America game or something for 360.
There's a Captain America.
There's a Captain America game for 360. We could play that, and then in March we could do I don't really know what's coming out in March, but in April the Minecraft movie's
Oh my
coming out.
god.
So we could just like play some
Oh
Minecraft,
my gosh.
do a little playthrough.
Just like an hour long or something.
Just something fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
that'd be cool. And then I know there's a Fantastic Four movie, and we have this Fantastic Four game.
We needed the original Xbox.
We need to get an original
man.
Xbox. That's not till July, so we have time.
Ooh.
That would be fun though.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
I
right.
think we'll end it there. I know coming up We have the Oscar movies that we're going to be talking about. We're going to hopefully be seeing some of those and getting some reviews out. And then next month is also Captain America, like I said. So I'm
I
excited.
don't know how
for
to feel
that.
about that. I'm like, am I excited or am I not?
I'm excited because even if it's terrible, like I'll have things
I
to
feel
say
like
about it.
there's been so much talk about it
Yeah,
and how much they've like shot it and stuff like that.
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
we will see. But there are some other movies coming out pretty soon that I want to see. So
Yeah.
I'll be dragging you to the theater a few different times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But I think next up we'll probably see The Brutalist.
Yeah, we gotta catch up with the Oscar movies.
Yeah. But even if you don't like it, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to go with it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. I gotta get
There
it in
is.
there.
Yeah, shut up.